today we are doing something we haven't done in far too long.
Almost forever.
It seems like a lifetime ago. We're going mountain biking. We made it into Wyoming and did a little research, and Kurt Gowdy State Park is right between Laramie and Cheyenne, right near where we're staying. And it's got some of the best mountain biking, I think, in the state. IMBA, which stands for the International Mountain Bike Association, rated these systems of trails as epic. So yeah, TJ and I haven't mountain biked in...
It's been a couple years. The area we're from is a big mountain bike area. I know it's Florida and it sounds ridiculous, but it's some of the best mountain biking in the state of Florida.
And we both used to work at bike shops a lifetime ago.
We used to ride a lot.
Yeah, we used to love riding, but...
Work and life got in the way, and this will be the first time we've gotten a chance to really get out and have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. All of our equipment's pretty antiquated. We're on 26-inch mountain bikes, and nobody rides 26ers anymore. They're all 27.5 or 29ers, but
whatever works.
That's right. We're getting out there anyways. So wish us luck that we don't die. I'll be filming. The GoPro's on my helmet, so hopefully I don't crash and destroy the GoPro. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was ugly, but fun.
Starting all over again.
Yeah, definitely showed us that we are out of practice and out of shape.
But it was nice to get the bikes out, because honestly I was questioning why we even brought them. They take up a lot of room, and we haven't ridden them yet. But it was nice to actually get some use out of them.
Absolutely. We used to love mountain biking, and we used to be fairly decent at it.
Used to be.
Yeah, today is not evidence of that, but at one time we used to be decent riders. You know, today I was losing speed in the corners. I didn't have the lungs or the legs to get up even the easy climbs.
It was very sloppy.
It wasn't pretty.
But we'll get there.
Yeah.
Keep riding, and we'll get back to where we were.
That's right.
Close to it anyway. But great trails here. If you ever come, this park is awesome. Definitely ride. There's some more intermediate trails for better riders.
Oh, there's way harder than even the intermediate trail.
Yeah, there's some expert trails out here, but they look like they'd be a lot of fun if you have the skills to do it.
It was my intention just to stay on easy trails today. So we were going to do shoreline, but the problem was it was a there and back trail, and I don't like to do there and backs. I like to do loops. So we were like, oh, we'll just take this really short blue intermediate trail that will make the green trail into a loop.
Which honestly was only tough for about half a mile.
But man, was it tough.
That half a mile was
switchbacks up a mountain, and then once you got to the top of it, just really technical stuff.
It was ugly, yeah.
Yeah, so TJ crashed and burned twice through that really technical stuff. And then when we got through that, we got into what they consider an intermediate easy section. And that got to be like really fast rolling hills. And we got going really fast, and I got overconfident. So I had to make TJ feel better about falling twice twice, so
Yeah.
I fell twice in that section.
I appreciate that.
So yeah.
I was feeling down about myself about falling, so.
So here, take a look. Show him your wounds.
So just a little baby wound on my elbow.
And
And
then
then Bree's got some road rash on her legs.
so yeah, we both are taking some blood and bruises home with us today. That's a sign of a time well spent. So one downside of mountain biking is that you get really dirty.
Especially when you fall.
So we are boondocking here in Laramie, and we do have a full tank of fresh water, but you have to be super conservative with your showers when you don't have water hookup. And we don't feel like being super conservative. I want to take a long hot shower. So we're headed into town to a public shower. First experience for us.
Yeah. It's the Laramie Parks and Recreation Building.
Yeah, I just...
$4.
Well, so I searched. There are 2 truck stops in Laramie, a Petro and a Pilot, and I called the Petro, and they wanted $14 to take a shower. I'm like, yeah, no thanks. So we found the Laramie Parks and Rec Center that'll let you use the facilities for $4. So that's where we're headed. We are all clean.
Feels good.
It does. It feels amazing. I definitely would have filled up our entire gray tank with that shower. And it wasn't too weird, I don't think. It was
Like being in high school again.
well,
Big locker room, big open shower.
Yep.
It's a little weird. But
It is. There were a bunch of like teenage age girls in there. And then there was one older woman who was super comfortable being naked.
There's always that one that's super comfortable walking around.
Honestly, it's like she owned the place. She just had no concerns with getting dressed at any point. So, anywho.
To each their own.
Yeah. But we're clean. Well, I guess
It's dinner time. I say we go eat some dinner.
yeah, it's almost 5 o'clock. So I think we're going to call it a day for today and get some food and continue the adventuring tomorrow. Today we are exploring Medicine Bow National Forest. We're not exactly sure what we're doing here or what there is to do here. We normally rely fairly heavily on the visitor centers to give us some direction. We're here on a Wednesday and the visitor centers open Thursday through Sunday. So we kind of struck out there, but we were able to grab a trail map, and I think we're going to try to find just some short, easy hikes to do with the dogs. Nothing too strenuous. I'm feeling a little sore from our mountain biking yesterday. We're not as young as we were last time we mountain biked.
Or as in shape.
Yeah. So I think that's the plan, and then we'll head into the town of Centennial, which is on the eastern side of this national forest, and grab some lunch.
Sounds like a plan.
this national forest has a lot of the same beautiful views that you get in Rocky Mountain National Park. The snow-capped mountains, the pine forest, and you get it without the crowds. So
Right.
there's...
And it's very far in between towns, so in between the mountains is all these beautiful rolling green hills, and then you get in the mountains and it's snow-capped. It's beautiful.
It is. It's very beautiful. So, you know, you can get some of those same views that we were getting in Colorado with less of the crowds. The downsides, I guess, might be that because it's not a national park, it's not as maintained, you know. I mean, we were at the same elevation in Rocky Mountain National Park, but we didn't have any of these problems with the snow. The other thing is, and it's kind of sad, is that the pine beetle...
It's a spruce beetle.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
It has destroyed so many of the trees out here.
Yeah. All along the road, and as we came in, there's just piles and piles and piles of spruce trees that we read online, and somebody told us that the spruce beetles were just destroying them.
But otherwise, really beautiful. We're not able to do too terribly much out here with the snow still covering so much of it. Next up is the Wyoming Territorial Prison State Historic Site. That's a mouthful. Dogs are allowed on the grounds of this park, but not inside the buildings. So TJ and I are having to take turns going inside and checking it out. So I went first, and now I'm outside sitting in the grass in the sun with the dogs, just enjoying this beautiful day. You know that our trailer is probably the least safe place we could be.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
Where are we going? It's a tornado warning till 6:15. Take shelter now.
6:07.
Oh.
So we got another 8 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it's probably not something we really need to worry too much about then.
Always have to worry about a tornado. Has to worry about it.
So we're about 10 minutes past the tornado warning, and the tornado itself has broken up. But we're a little shaken and uneasy with the thought of returning to the trailer in the middle of a field with nothing around to use for safety in case bad weather comes up again. You know, if you're in a campground, a lot of times you have bathrooms or some sort of structure that you can run and hide in. Just a couple of miles from our campsite is a Lincoln monument, so we're gonna head there just to see if that's someplace we can take shelter if the need arises.
We're right by an underpass. If the worst comes to worst, we can always
Just go to the underpass.
crawl under the underpass.
It doesn't look like we're going to need it. When we check the forecast, it looks like the system is moving away from us, so I think we should be fine. We're headed back to the trailer now, but we did check out that Abe Lincoln Memorial, which also happens to be a rest stop.
Not even 5 minutes from us, and it's a big brick building.
Yeah.
Looks like it's open 24 hours. I've been looking at the radar, and the radar has it. It doesn't even look like we're going to get rain where we are. The storm is moving away from us pretty quickly, and the tornado warning is over. So.
There's a pretty surreal, scary, but at the same time a bit of an adrenaline rush type situation. It was a mix of emotions. You're scared and wanting to run away, but on the other hand kind of intrigued and wanting to watch it continue to form, obviously until it gets to a point where it was pretty crazy, pretty scary stuff for sure. And I'm glad that it happened when we were somewhere that we...
Not in the trailer.
Right, exactly, where we were able to take shelter. You know, those old buildings all had basements on them.
They're all big stone buildings.
Right, so if it had come towards us, I think the closest it got to us, the manager of that state park said it was about 4 miles away. And if that's the case, that's actually pretty close.
It's closer than I like. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was, we had watched the weather slowly worsen throughout the afternoon. It started out a beautiful sunny day, and I don't know, this front kind of started coming over the sky. It was like a mass of clouds, and TJ and I were checking out some of the outbuildings of the prison, and I looked out into the distance, and this funnel cloud, just straight black down to the ground. So we're safe and sound, and we have a plan if the need arises. We know where we'll go if we need to take shelter, but it's not looking like that should be necessary.